All right, so for this lesson, we're looking at lesson 11, the mini project, the captioned scene. And so this project actually goes through kind of step by step with making the project. And as it says right here, like here's the example, and if I show this and run it, it says what kind of musics do planets sing? And they sing Neptunes when you have two aliens right here. And so we're just going to kind of walk through building a project. So if we hit finish, that'll take us to the next part, and it will tell you the things that you need to work on for each thing. So for example, for this one it says give your screen a background. Make sure you use at least 2 shapes in your background. So you're going to design a background with this. And so usually you're going to do, you're going to add a background color. And maybe what you want to do is instead of doing a background color, you could go to animation and create an animation here. You can do a new animation and draw your own. Okay, pretty straightforward. You could fill that in with different colors and add some shapes on there, things like that. And that's how you could draw your own background and then add that in. Or you could add a color and put some shapes. That would be great as well. And that's kind of how you do the background. When you move on to the next thing is you're going to add sprites now to your project. So you already have your background and green. We'll go with that and see what kind of green. And then add at least 2 sprite animations in the tab. Create at least 2 sprites and assign each one an animation. So again, you're going to have to create the variable here now and then this animation. And if I go over here to this, we'll add a new animation. And we'll just pick an object. We'll just say a shell. Okay, so here's this. Go to code. And then, of course, like we did prior in the lessons, we can just add the shell. Oops, and make sure that you add a draw sprite at the bottom. And you do have to be careful with this a little bit with the background color, because actually this is gonna, okay, it's worked okay. Sometimes if you're not careful with the background color, it can cover up the objects, but that's works okay for this. So then there's this character, and I could resize this. I could go to sprites, and I have scale right here, and I probably want to change the scale of that so I could affect that. And then when I'm done with this, as it says, add or draw 2 sprites, create at least 2 sprites and assign each one an animation. So I have 1 right here, and I still have a lot of work to do with this. I need to change the scale, maybe move it around, things like that. I need to add at minimum another one, a second character. And then I'm going to add some text as well, like we saw in the example in the very first part of this activity. They had some text on there. And maybe I want it to be a joke. I could have 2 characters, kind of like what they did with the first part, and I could add text to add a joke to this. So I could go to drawing, and I could go to text size, and add some text. This is an example. Oh, don't need the capital H there. Oops. And it doesn't like my item right here. We're just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Actually, I'm going to change the size of that. Let's go to scale. And we'll make it 0.5, half the size of what it was. So there's that. And you can see my text up here because I didn't really change the location of it. Maybe I'll do 100, 100. So there it is right there. Need to move that around a little bit. But and then I can also change the text color of it if I wanted to. And so I'll let you kind of tinker with that a little bit. All right, so this is kind of how this project works. You're going to kind of just follow the step-by-steps. You're going to add, a background, you're going to add 2 characters, and you're going to add some text. And then the very last thing is you're going to kind of review your scene, take a look at it, make sure it looks good, and kind of finish up anything that you might need to finish with it. Maybe you want to add another character. Maybe it just doesn't seem perfect the way you want it. Okay? All right, hopefully this helps you. Good luck on this. And if you have any issues, refer back to this video here.